So our next trend is something that's been brewing for a little while. As the new establishment of young designers like Christopher Kane, Erdem and Philip Lim take hold, the 90s is coming with them as the decade to watch. The 90s trend is really characterised by two different strands. So first up, you've got the very slick minimalism, really simple, really pared down, really pure. Or you've got a long line, single-breasted trouser suit with straight legs, slightly wider at the bottom trousers, and you're just wearing it over a bra. They are the ultimate kind of 90s minimal looks. And then conversely of that, you've got grunge. So you've got plaids and tartans mixed with vintage florals. You've got an old sweatshirt thrown over it, and that's something you could see that at Dries Van Noten they were totally, it was the 90s grunge collection of the season. Seeing ruffles on the spring catwalks was brilliantly surprising, especially as who knew that ruffles could be minimal. I particularly loved it at Givenchy, where they were sort of almost monastic in their simplicity. They were very chic and very clean, but still ruffles. So even when the ruffles are a little bit more traditional, as they were at Chloe, they're very pretty, very ruffly, they've been mixed with something very modern, like these sort of clean-cut trousers to get the right kind of look. And then at Balenciaga, it looks like the ruffles are almost a piece of minimalistic sculpture. It's beautiful and totally new, and really exciting to see this kind of new innovation turning something as dull and boring as ruffles on its head for spring. So at first glance, when you see the collage trend, it might look like the colour block trend of 2 years ago is back on the catwalks, but it's not. It's totally different this time around. What you need to do is look closely at the pieces of fabric, and you'll see that it's not just colours blocked together, it's all totally different fabrics. So you might have a sort of a sheer, you might have a damask, and then you might have a wool all next to each other. So this trend looks and feels really special. It's sort of a little bit artisan made, that these are pieces of art really, wearable pieces of art, because so much sort of thought and care has gone into them to kind of patch all these different fabrics together in one piece. You could see it at Preen, which was one of my favourite shows. So they mixed florals with snakeskin and then plain patches of leather, which sounds crazy but looks amazing. And also at Erdem, where you could see patches of snakeskin mixed with neon lace. So snake is also something you need to know about for spring. But even at Philip Lim, where it was just denim patches together, really simply, it just looked totally new and fresh, and it's something I'm definitely going to be wearing. So each season there's a kind of an overriding mood in the air where all the trends kind of merge into one and kind of cross over, and monochrome is one because there's so many different aspects to it that you can see in other trends. So obviously monochrome is about black and white, and it was a total reaction to the sort of the dark gothic looks that we saw for autumn winter. It's very clean, it's very fresh, crisp and modern. It also crosses over to the minimalist trend because the best way to show off these colours are in really clean, simple shapes. Black and white stripes, like Beetlejuice, is also major, and stripes is a really important look from the catwalks as well. And obviously monochrome fits perfectly with mod and the 60s trend that we talked about earlier. So you can wear monochrome and be the most of the season you could ever possibly be.